Welcome back here to the bronze medal match in the men's division, under-22 Nationals Championships down Deakin University, Warren Ponds in Victoria. So we've got Victoria taking on WA in the men's division, fighting it out for third position. Myself, Callum Howarth, and Victor Pupko here in the commentary box.
So we've got Victoria starting out on offense. And they're going to be, after a tight loss, they'll be disappointed with that loss against Queensland in their final game. They're pushing them into this game, so they're seeking redemption here. And they've pulled out a really strong line here early as they set the tone. The wind that we had yesterday that affected a lot of games is gone. Perfect conditions, beautiful conditions for ultimate. Just bring out the best of everyone.
Yeah, the sun has broken through the clouds here. There's no wind to speak of. We just went out and did a bit of a pitch report, and the ground is spongy, nice to lay out on, flat grass. It's totally a flat track. This is pure ultimate frisbee weather. Jeremy Ha starting with the pull for WA. Nice deep pull into the end zone. Victoria picking it up and getting that first throw off.
Lean, there's a call. They're coming out of a horror and WA is matching up man to man. Lynn looking for Pereira, gets him. Pereira to Lau, one of the few Victorian All-Stars they have on this team. Lean gets bumped on the mark. San Francois with the pectoral bump. They know each other very well, very well from under-18 Worlds. Lin looking for that up line, decides to get that inside break to Lau. Lau gets another inside break to Lapari. That's a men's season connection with Chile. Lau once again to Lapari, just working it through the middle here. Lapari, Pereira to Evans on the side. And Evans just floats it perfectly to Lapari for the score.
Really good play there by Victoria. Good patience. Fantastic inside-out breaks. They had three tasty inside-out breaks in the middle of the field. And WA just can't seem to put a good mark on there. Stopping the rounds, but they can't stop those inside-out breaks. So Victoria coming out strong on the first point of this bronze medal match. Yeah. Not much you can say about that. It's just really nice offense.
Now this WA team, by the looks of it, have a lot of university players who played in the uni games that just happened in September, where they came very close fourth. So they're going to try and use that experience of playing together and really push this Victorian defense. We've seen that the Victorian defense has struggled a bit once they've gotten the disc to convert their chances. So we'll see how they play with disc in hand.
Yeah, a lot of experience on both of these teams. So just having a quick flick through the WA men's list. Jake Taylor, Sam Francois, Ryan Black, Jeremy Ha, all ex-Worlds players, under-18s, and also some of those were playing under-23s Worlds. So a lot of experience on the WA team and a lot of new faces as well for that pace on the receiving end. Victoria also, a lot of experience on there. Josh Pereira, James Lean, Josh DeBell, Lapari, a lot of Div 1 players and a lot of Worlds players. So WA got the disc to start. Oh, big punt long. Ambitious there. And Patrick Graham just getting up tall, monstering it for the Victorian defense.
Trong with disc and looks at that big backhand around. Has been looking for that all tournament. To Lim. And Lim just seems to just pushed it, and Podmore with the run through D. Let's see if they can get this, capitalize and punch in their offense here. We've got Botch, Jackson, Bocci, and Francois as the handlers, walking very slowly here. Francois finds their open man, but a pick's being called. Vernon got open, but seems to be illegally. So this seems already to be, it's going to be a very tight contest here. It's the last game for these teams. They all know there's nothing else to play for. Retracted pick call. So Vernon has a disc on the line. There is still some discussion here. Is it retracted? Is it not retracted? Is there a pick? Is it not a pick? I think they decided that it did affect. So Francois is going to pick up the disc again.
Yeah, Francois and Jackson Bocci as the two handlers for WA. Nice inside out break there to Joshua Higgins on the end zone line. Looking for a dump, Francois getting open. WA setting up in a vertical stack. And that connection, Bocci and Francois, both played Goannas at the under-23s in London, so they know each other very well. And Bocci up the line to Francois, and that's a connection that you just can't show. But there is a pick called, so WA flooding onto the line to celebrate and have to run back off because there was a pick called. It looked like Francois running up the line. Yeah, call by line, so Francois was being chased by his man, but the guy from the front of the stack just blocked line as he's chasing Francois up the line. So disc has gone back to Bocci. No, he's not happy with that at all, but there was definitely a little bit of contact. So it's been sent back. And WA with the class there. Michael Vernon with a cut out of the stack, and they've converted that. So 1-1 in this bronze medal match.
And there is a discussion here afterwards. Just Lyon, Evans and Bocci getting together, trying to just talk it out. Evans and Bocci have played together on the Goannas, so there is that level of friendship, camaraderie even.
Yeah, I think Evans, after that pick was called, Bocci threw the disc down on the ground in a bit of disgust, was not happy with that call at all. So I think Evans just went up to him after the point and said, "Come on, mate, it's a pretty bad spirit." He said there was definitely contact or an infraction there. So I think Evans just trying to mediate there, trying to make sure that this game stays in good spirit. We don't want to see it sort of descending into a call-y contest or even a bit of contact. So hopefully that'll clear it up for the rest of the game.
Been a lot of early calls. Both teams just trying to get out of hand. Very emotional, very, very loud. So as the team that settles first here will have the best chance to get a couple. Pull goes up by Jeremy Ha. And Perro tracking it, just float out. Gives Victoria some free meters, an easier starting position. And there's a crowd building up here as well. Some games have finished, some teams have finished playing. So there's a very good atmosphere building up here. DeBell with a nice inside, and straight away looks up. And Michael Lau with a nice grab there. dumps it to Pentland. Pentland looking for the dish and finds an open Della, who enthusiastically flips it in the air. He didn't do much to deserve such a celebration, but they're up.
Yeah, Victoria, that's the Chile connection right there. Josh DeBell, some people call him the big deal, coming out of the stack, gets the disc, throws a quick fake on the flick side, and then really tasty backhand to Mikey Lau, and with just pure speed, runs in front. There was 2 defenders there, but the disc was out in front, didn't give the defenders any chance on it. So Victoria just converting very quickly there. They pushed WA last point with a few turns, and that's what you want on an offensive team. You don't want to make it hard for your offense. You want to come out, punch a goal in real nice and quickly, and then give your defense side a chance to get the turn.
So we're looking still on serve. It definitely doesn't feel... It feels like currently Victoria might have the edge, but until they capitalize on anything, it still holds. So WA just needs to punch this in just as easily as Victoria. Quick 1-2, just to get that upper hand. Momentum. Give us a momentum swing here. I'd say it's probably right in the middle. The needle's right in the middle. This can go either way. So we're getting set to pull. There's a lot of talk here on the line. They still haven't decided. They've been playing this tournament they've had at least 5 games, and they still can't figure out how to call 7 names. Finally, the pull goes up. And Bissett maybe should have taken a couple more seconds, because that goes out of bounds, roughly halfway up the field, if not closer.
Yeah, so Wesley Podmore for WA bringing it in. Looks like they're setting a very long vertical stack. Jackson Bocci, front of the stack, comes out, gets the disc, and jacks it deep into the end zone, and deep and high, and it's too far. Too far for everyone. Michael Vernon dives in to try and greatest it, but I think he dived from about 3 meters out of the end zone anyway, so bit of a gratuitous effort there from WA. Maybe trying to get on the highlights reel later on in the game. So Victoria, not a great pull, but it's paid off for them anyway. Their defense line is now on offense, so let's see what they can do. Tom Boyle with the disc in hand.
Trung, beautiful inside cut, but the throw just didn't get to him. And straight away, Bocci to Podmore, easy as you like on that second chance. Victoria is generating the turns, however. WA makes sure of it the second time. Just not a great throw coming in. They had a chance there. Decided he'd rather throw it away from his cutter, and it didn't pay out the way he wanted it to.
Yeah, just a terrible, terrible throw there by Tom Boyle. Trung had a fantastic cut, fake deep, come under. There was no defender on him. He faked him out completely. But instead of throwing it down the line, Tom Boyle, it looked like it just stuck in his hand. He threw it a little bit too inside and just missed everyone. Went straight to Jackson Bocci on the opposite side. So WA happy with that. Victoria forced the turn, but didn't manage to capitalise, and I think that's going to be how the game goes. So the first team to actually play nice D-line offense is going to get the break. Victoria on offense at the moment with their hand up, waiting for WA to clear the line. And Jeremy Haar's been given the disc again. Let's see if he can get this one in the field.
Haar gets some final instructions from his coach, Kylo, and the pull goes up, and it's looking nice. tailing away in the final minutes, right into Lean's chest. So they start inside their own end zone. Finds Pentland. Big backhand fake. Decides against a risky throw to Lau. Swings it to Lean, who pops it right back to Lau with his nice, the Mikey Lau special, that inside-out backhand. Della with a big around, and finds Evans on the line, and Evans just throws it a bit too late.
Yeah, tried the dishy into Josh Pereira there. He's just coming past, but Josh Pereira just wasn't up for it. Sam Francois picks the disc up for WA, sets it to the middle of the field, swings it out to Brendan Kanzira, and it's back to Bennett Carpenter. Carpenter to Ha, puts up a nice big hammer over the top to Curtis Novacek, and WA the first break of the game. Just an unfortunate error there by Victoria. They worked it quite well through the middle. Real tasty throw up the line to Ash Evans, and then Ash Evans probably just should have just faked that little dishy to Josh Pereira. He wasn't ready for it, but threw it, turnover. WA make them pay.
It was very nice offense once they got the turn. Unlike Victoria, they found that open man and actually threw it to the open man rather than the space around him. And a very nice hammer to that break side from Jeremy Ha. And he was celebrating before it even got into the hands. He knew the moment he threw it, it was going exactly where he wanted it. And he trusted the receiver. And it was brilliant execution on that defensive line.
Yeah, you can tell as a thrower, you can definitely tell when it's a terrible throw out of the hand, and you can tell when it's just a beautiful throw out of the hand. Jeremy, yeah, before it was even out of his hand, he's already started hopping and skipping to the end zone. He was celebrating, he was getting around the boys. He said, "This is it, we've got the first break." He was very happy with his efforts. So WA now putting an inexperienced line. No goannas on the line, no under 23s. And the only experience there is Bocce, who's got the disc. Everyone else is young and inexperienced, so it just looks like they want to put a hard zone on, I'm going to say. Good pull, roller. So straight through Josh Pereira's legs. He did touch that, so he's got to take it from where it stops. Early throw to Josh DeBell. Puts the big fake on, looking for a long, short one. Adrian Lim. Adrian Lim looking for a dump. Not too many options. Puts it through to Josh Pereira, who swings it. And jacks it long. He's got two streaming. He's got Adrian Lim there and Josh DeBell. And Josh DeBell taps it down to Adrian Lim. Just like a ruckman tapping it down to his ruck rover. That was a fantastic play. Just a little tap down. Unfortunately, wasn't in the end zone. But Adrian has presence of mind to just throw a fake and pop it over to Josh DeBell. Really nice put there by Josh Pereira to one of the strongest receivers on this team on the Victorian side. And Adrian just had the presence of mind not to go up in the contest, just to stay down and watch the disc. It has been floating. We've seen, as we said, all tournament, you need to catch your Ds in that situation because a lot of teams have been getting those little tap downs.
Hitouts to advantage. That's the footy boy in DeBell, just getting that hit out, and just getting that hard ball get. But that's very nice. You can hear the call from the sideline, force him under. The WA coaching staff is aware that that's what Victoria want to do. They want to send their good receivers deep and make them make a play. You hear the call and they still can't do anything about it. Two Victorian players just deep on their player. Either of them could have gotten it. They sorted it out in the end event somehow. And now we see how the WA offense will work after that. That was a very clinical offensive point. Let's see how WA respond.
Yeah, so WA got the first break. Wasn't able to hold down that break just then, so Victoria got it straight back. So they're still trading at this stage. Victoria won the toss, so they were up. Now with the break, WA is obviously in front. So Victoria just need to get a break back to put them in front on trading. But both teams, very, very tight contest at the moment. Really nice pull there by Tom Boyle. WA gets it moving early. Sam Francois in the middle. Puts it up to Taylor. Taylor looking to swing it off this line, but he doesn't have many options. Looking for Francois. Francois was taken. He pops one high. Tom Boyle's got a bit on it, and it just went straight over Lau's hands. He did get a finger on it, but quite a short man. He just couldn't get up high enough.
Trong with the pickup. No mark on Trong, and Trong just puts it up. And Lion with the grab gets it down, and they break back. Victoria retake that ascendancy.
Yeah, that's what Victoria wanted. Fantastic defensive effort there. They just shut down all the downfield throws. Taylor had no option other than that big risky swing. Victoria managed to get a few players under the disc, put a bit of pressure on Lau, who dropped it, and then that first early throw into the end zone before WA was ready. Taylor running through. Normally he'd be getting those Ds. He has represented Perth in the waffle in AFL, so he's a cross-sport man, but hasn't played Frisbee for a while. He's been travelling around New Zealand, I hear, for the last 6 months and hasn't been playing too much Frisbee, so maybe just a little bit out of it, maybe not reading the play as well as he would in his prime, and it showed there. Victoria able to score there. So we're back to how it was at the start of the game. We've played 7 points already, and we're back to the start of the game. Victoria 1 up and trading with WA.
And both these teams are very, very loud. The sidelines doing as much of the work. They know how important every single point is. You can't give a team a lead here. Very loud. Even the quiet ones. We're hearing Lau, we're hearing DeBell, we're hearing Boyle on the side. We haven't heard them for months. They're speaking up when they're needed. And here we have WA coming out on offense, and there's a zone. I think first zone, they're just right through the middle, hard, getting every second. And they just McKenzie to Black, and just a D right on the line. Lewis short. Just maybe a throw too far. Maybe should have settled there towards the end zone. And there are a chance here. Bissett with the disc finds Evans, and there's and he bullets one. Jelinek faked one way, but the disc was going the other way.
And there is a foul called on the throw. There's been a lot of contact these last 2 points. You saw Ash Evans on the under there, managed to catch it, but was cannoned into his back. Ryan Kovalev's just cannoning into his back, and then on the throw, smacking his hand as well. So called back. Victoria got the disc again and got the chance to get another break on the board. So Ash Evans will be holding onto this disc a little bit, playing a little bit more carefully this time.
Evans surveys and throws a nicer hook this time to his Saurus, but just went a bit too far. Didn't look, just was getting as much distance and looked back a bit late there. So now John need to play defense, and he does. He gets this right back. He knew that it was his error and got it right back.
Yeah, Jeremy Hart picks up the disc and tries a floaty one over the top of the cup to his experienced man, Bocci, but he's a bit short, Bocci, and once again, Patrick Jelinek just running through the middle. He's got a few Ds already this game. Tom Bissett, the experienced man, picking up the disc and punting it down the line to Ash Evans. So Ash Evans standing up that point, and Victoria are extremely happy with themselves. They're getting around the boys. That's 2 breaks in a row to get the score back, and they're pulling out a lead here. WA don't have any answers.
They're getting very loud. Ash Evans probably got backpacked 2 or 3 times that point. They're getting a lot of contact, and it's forced a timeout here from WA. They came out strong. They came out firing, but the last couple of points of Crows just pulled ahead. They need a reset, maybe do something different. They saw the zone for the first time on offense. That was the first time Victoria came out with a zone. They worked it perfectly until 30 centimeters from the end zone line. That's 79 meters of running just for one throw. You're probably 9 times out of 10 he's hitting that. But it's still early. We're not even at halftime yet. There's still plenty of time for WA to get this back and to take the lead.
Yeah, ultimate frisbee, supposed to be a non-contact sport, but so far this game there has been a lot of contact. There's people pushing really close, obviously, playing hard man defense, and everyone wants to be as close to their man as possible to put the pressure on, but WA may be carrying a little bit too far. Victoria accepting that contact, not really fussed by it. They're not getting intimidated, which is good. So they're wearing that contact, calling the fouls when it's beneficial to call the fouls, not calling the fouls when they don't need to. So I think WA may be focusing a little bit too much on trying to get in Victoria's head and just not playing their own game at this stage.
So as we mentioned previously, WA have a lot of UWA players, so you can see that connection working really well. Victoria, some play at uni level, various unis, and some people play at clubs, but there's a rumour going around that Lapari, number 3, might be seeking a trade to go to Melbourne Uni, play with a couple of the boys who are playing at Melbourne Uni, and that will only help him grow as a player. He's still young. He's still got a couple of 24s, a couple of 22 championships. He's still younger than 22. So the more he plays with these guys, well, the better he is. And hopefully this rumor is proven true.
Yeah, Victor Pupka obviously getting a little bit excited. He does play at Melbourne Uni, and they've, in the last couple of years, had a lot of their talent leave and graduate. So if it is true and Josh Lapari is looking to transfer to Melbourne Uni, that will bolster the Melbourne Uni squad, maybe give them a chance to push towards AUG's gold in the next couple of years. Focusing back on this game, Victoria very happy at that halftime. Went around, had a bit of lollies. They're extremely happy with how they're playing. Not much tactics talk. Unlike WA, they got pulled into a very tight huddle. Got a bit of a talking to by their coach in Kyle O. Serious talking to. So hopefully WA can come out and respond. They've put their strong and experienced line on. They've got Jake Taylor, Jackson Bocci, Wesley Podmore, Sam Francois. Jeremy Haar's been called off, which is surprising, but Joshua Higgins, Michael Vernon, the tall man, and I think it's Curvis Novacek as well on the line. So Victoria with the pull. Sam Francois watching that closely. Did it land on the line or did it come in? He's called it out. Said it landed on the line. I'm going to take that from the brick mark. Might have to zoom in on that. We just can't see on the replay. It was very close. So Sam Francois probably in the best perspective there, standing directly over the top of it. Has called it from the brick mark, and Victoria setting up in a little bit of a junky man here. Josh Pereira poaching off. Sam Francois puts it up the line to Seth Lovell. Seth puts it back to to Podmore, I think it is. Podmore to Francois. Francois swings it out to Bocci. Over to Podmore, nice and swing. They've thrown 5-6 throws now, haven't made any ground. Podmore gets impatient, just jacks it up. He's got Francois, shorter man, and 2 Victorian defenders there. Michael Vernon running in to try and help out, but the wind just caught it. We've just had a bit of a gust of wind, and it's just floated out the side of the field. So Victoria on offense.
Pereira picking up the disc. and just trying to take some time off, waiting for the wind to get away. Gets a nice up line to Trung. There's a streamer upfield, looked off. Finds Pereira on the up line strike, and they swing it across. Trung to Jacobs, and Patrick Graham has fallen down. Slight tremors in the ground, that big man falling. Everyone's fine. Just coming back in with Jacobs. Looking for options. Finds Boyle, and Boyle just puts it up high and gives Lyon every chance, and Lyon just bodies the man out. And they're getting around the boy.
Yeah, good throw to advantage there. Lyon just man in front. He had Jackson Bocci behind him. Just no chance really to get around him to have a play on that disc. Stuck his butt out, put his hands up, and converts that for Victoria. Very strong offensive point there by Victoria. WA did get the turn, just a little bit impatient. They worked it around the field. There was about 6 or 7 passes swinging without gaining any ground, and then Podmore jacks it deep into the end zone on a matchup that was Francois against Lyon, and that's not a matchup that I would be throwing to very often. Sam Francois, obviously lots of experience there, but he's not the tallest man on the field, and it didn't pay off for WA there. There was a turnover, and then Victoria, just too strong at the moment, just capitalising on all of that. So 6-3 to Victoria. WA got to come up with something to counter this attack.
They've heard the call from Calvin. They put Jeremy Ha back on. They've had enough. They're putting on their talented players now. Ha's going to play almost every point from here on out, I'd say. But Victoria's got the run on, and now it's up to WA to hold this. They were up 3-2, and they've lost 4 in a row now. So they've really, really got to grind this one out. They need this score, and it's a zone straight away. A junky look with Lim facing the cutters. And they're really, it's making it really difficult for this WA offense.
Yeah, and as called, Ha is on the field, and he's trying to get every single disc there. He says, get out of my way. I need poppers, but I want to hold the disc. He knows he's got the brakes, and like that, he can just pop it out. So they're stuck on the line a little bit. Victoria's got a very good zone here. Joshua Higgins with the disc, dumps it back to Ha, and that's why Ha is on the field, because he's got those swings, he's got the hammers there. Curtis Novacek dumps it back to Carpenter. Carpenter to Ha. Ha back to Carpenter. Good movement here from WA. They've just got to not get impatient, just keep those short, sharp throws. So to Ha. Ha's on the sideline, puts the hammer over the top. Ash Evans running through and got the run through D. Just a little bit too much float on that hammer, and Ryan Black not fast enough to get there. Ash Evans was baiting that a little bit. Fantastic zone there by Victoria, and they've got another chance for their 5th point in a row here.
That throw just hung up a bit too long, needed to get there a bit faster. And now Leany walking up to the disc. Just pops it over the top to Bissett. Just in and out of the hands. Lim goes 2 meters in the air. Just ever so close. Just a bit taller, and he had that. Straight away into that zone. They swap that force and gets it through that cup. It's a forced silence, so they just switch it around and just try and trap it as quick as they can. But Jeremy Ha, as we said, just wants every disc. If he could get every disc, he'll be getting every disc. But they find that gap.
Yeah, Ha instrumental in that point. You just saw a fantastic low release flick across field underneath the second man in the cup there. To Kanziri on the break side, and then once you get it through the cup on the break side, it's very hard to stop that flow. Being so close to the end zone, WA very happy with themselves. Finally, they've stopped the run from Victoria, Brought it back to 6-4. Now they've just got to get a little bit of confidence back in. Their offense line has got to start rolling and give themselves a little bit of a chance to get a break on defense. So Victoria, they knew they could only hold WA off for so long. Managed to get 4 in a row, which puts them back in front by 2. And now they get a chance at an offensive line, which they haven't played in a while.
WA putting quite a experienced line on here. They got Bocci, Francois on. They really want this point here. Getting closer to half. They want to make sure, they want to put some pressure on here. Put some doubt in this Victorian offense. After the first couple of points, this offensive line for Victoria has just been doing what they needed to do. Nothing much else required. And it's been the same 7 or 8 on offense the whole way through the tournament, so they've developed a very good chemistry here. Paul will have a very nice pull. It's going to be fielded in the end zone by Lean to Pereira. Pereira to Pentland in the middle. Pentland looks off the streaming Della deep. No, he needs a reset here. Runs out of time, so he goes for Della on that high stall throw. And you got Bocci now with a disc. Finds that under O'Neill. O'Neill now holding this to Francois. And there's a call's been made. It seems to be a foul call, using his elbows to push him away.
Francois, very physical player. I've already seen a few contact calls in this game. Mikey Lau playing in Melbourne, maybe not used to the contact. He's just setting the call here. Francois, he said, as you turned, you used your elbows, you pushed me off. Obviously no contact allowed. But Francois pleading his case, he says, oh, there might have been a little bit of contact, but I'm faster than you and I still got the disc anyway. So good discussion, contested call. Possibly the correct decision there. Disc has gone back to O'Neill, stuck on the sideline, disc coming in on stall 6. 7, pops it up to Sam Francois again, and he just says, I told you I was fast. He got it again. Puts it up the line to Brendan Kanziri. Scores for WA. So 6-5. After Victoria got 4 in a row, WA's come back and scored 2 in a row. So a game of momentum here. I think that's how it's going to be. There's no win, so it's not going to be as trading as the other games in the tournament. It's going to be totally a momentum. You can't switch off at all. If you switch off on one point, if you have one small mistake, the other team is going to make you pay. So Victoria got to call a strong O-line here if they want to respond.
And the coaches sense that. They've been trying to fire up this line. Getting some claps, getting some calls out. And that's probably one of the very few times that we see that offensive line struggle to find an open player. And they've called this more or less the same 7 on. They know it's their job, what they have to do. Evans, DeBell, Pereira, Lau, Della, Pentland, Lapari. Very nice. Just rolls off the tongue, that line. So they've still got the break. They're still up by 1. So they just need to maintain this lead. Just do their job now. Just punch it in. Disc retention is critical here.
Jeremy Hart with the disc, looking for the pull. He's just having a quick last-minute chat before he puts it up. And just had the president of Chile Ultimate Club, Wanda Pass, Carlos Castablanco, who he's watching this game with interest because there's a couple of boys, Mikey Lau, Josh Lipari, Joshua DeBell, who looking at making the A team for Chile this year. Might ask him for his thoughts on how they're playing at half-time. So Victoria, Mikey Lau with the disc. Great break throw to Josh Lipari, as we said. Chile prodigy. Back to Jasper Pentland. Pops it over the top to DeBell. DeBell fakes that throw to Pereira long, puts a nice under to Della, and Della says, I'll throw that. Puts it over the top to Josh Lipari. He caught it in the end zone, but there was a pick called by Sam Francois, so it's a very cally game, and there's a travel called as well on that point. So Della maybe not too happy with that. He doesn't get too many chances to throw it deep, but it's brought all the way back, and Victoria have got to do it all again.
Della looking for his dump. Being forced out. Lipari, after getting the disc in the end zone, gets that big under. Now, Evans on the side, looking for the next throw. Gets Lau in the middle. Great swing pass to Lau. Lau gets it even further. And DeBell toes it in on that far side. Lau to Pereira. To Lipari on the side. They've swung it the whole way around. Now Lipari throws that inside flick. Beautiful.
He almost cut the grass on that inside flick. It was a great throw through to Jasper Pentland. And then Pentland, 10 metres from the end zone, in that red zone that we talk about. Maybe got a little rush of blood, got a little bit of nerves, tried to punch it in and threw it straight to a WA defender. So Sam Francois wandering towards the disc for WA. He's walking to it slowly, a little of experience there. He's calling his plays. He said, get it a little bit shorter. I can't throw it that far. Jeremy Ha coming under. Had to lay out for that one. Picks it up. Throws nice inside to Taylor. Huge shot deep to... Huge shot deep to Novacek. Fantastic. Really nice grab. And Victoria trying to fire themselves up. They've called a timeout here. Obviously, Victoria went on a little bit of a run there, got 4 in a row, and now WA's come back. 6-6. Tied it all up before half.
Just had red zone offense. He wanted that point to be over as quick as he could. Possibly needed a couple of extra throws, and WA made them pay. Very nice offense. They got it around to Ha, and after Ha shot it back into the middle, they were away. And a big shot deep. Novacek scores going deep. DeBell just can't keep up. Maybe the age showing. And a half timeout's being called. We got some, while the timeout call, we've got Mr. Stephen Ball here. He's going to try and give us some thoughts on his game. So, Stephen Ball, MD, give us in 50 words or less.
Yeah, well, there is quite a little bit of a cross breeze coming out at the moment, but it doesn't seem to affect the teams too much. The nice soft ground has been good for layouts. Been a lot of body contact. Been a good hard physical game of ultimate frisbee. Passers-by have mistaken this for another sport at times, but it's been a good hard game so far, and looking forward to a strong second half of this matchup.
Cheers for that, Stephen. And I'm just trying to get the live stream up to see if there's any comments happening. So if you're watching, if you have any comments, questions, queries, just post them up. See, UWA Ultimate Club has a presence on the YouTube.
You know what they say, right? You can't choose your favorite.
So, as we can see, it's been a lot. It's been a game of momentum, just runs. No one. They haven't really been trading all that much after the first couple. Just a couple of runs. So whoever can just hold the momentum for the longest. We've got a comment that came in through YouTube asking what's the weather like, so we'll try and get our local weatherman here. So if Mr. Bullman, our local meteorologist, wants to come in and give us a couple of moments about the weather.
Yeah, it's cloudy and grey.
There you have it. That's what a Melbourne Uni degree gives you. Cloudy and grey.
So a little bit of wind coming back here today. For the start of this game, the sun was out. There was no wind whatsoever. Now that the clouds are coming over, it's getting a little bit windy, and that might play a bit more into Victoria's hands. Victoria with the experienced throwing team. WA, a little bit more of a run and gun team. Victoria just had a quick chat there trying to say it's a game of momentum. Don't worry about those couple of points that WA just got. We've just got to stick it out. Try and get this point to give them an advantage to go and take half, hopefully take half 8-6. That's what they're going to be trying to do. But either way, halftime's an important one in this game because we are running down on time. So WA, Jeremy, oh no, it looks like Jason Bocci with the disc. With a good pull deep into the end zone. Adrian Lim to pick it up and set it to Josh Pereira first.
Fine Evans in the middle. Evans surveys and decides, I'll give it back to my hand. I'll give it back to Pereira, who's been making things happen. Finds Lau for that big under. And Lau just shoots it up to Lipari. But no celebration because there's been a pick call. We see the hand signals up.
Interesting one here because the pick call wasn't on the player who was cutting into the end zone. It was actually on another play. So the question is, did it affect the play? There is a discussion happening. We've got the replay queued up, I believe. But the players have decided to send it back. We'll give it another shot. Lipari's got to do it all again. Great throw by Mikey Lau, but ultimately it was useless. So Mikey Lau looking for his dump there. Puts it up to JP. Joshua Pereira. Up the line, he squeezes it to Della. And another pick call. And a foul called, it looks like, against the defender there. Just a bit of contact. The WA boys using their hands, pushing players around a little bit, and Victoria not having any of it. They're trying to establish we don't want to play a contacty game, so they're going to call everything. Might throw WA off their game because they are naturally a more contacty side. So Della gets it off the line, puts it to Pereira. Pereira looking for that around, gets it to Mikey Lau. Mikey Lau on the break side to Josh DeBell. That's what we call a dump and swing, people. That is how you score.
You're right. He definitely did catch it in the end zone. And as the rules say, if you catch it in the end zone, it's a score. It's a score for Victoria. Up 7-6. So WA, the timeout's been called. They stopped the rot. Victoria, now WA coming back on offense. Trying to take it to Galaxy Point here. If Victoria get the break, that's half, and that's a very, with not much time left. Time's running out. We're under 20 minutes to go until cap.
Galaxy point, obviously, for those of you who may be wondering what that is, never heard that before. So universe point, when both teams are equal going for the score. Galaxy point, when both teams are equal going for half. Obviously not as important as the universe, but it is still an important point. WA trying to fire themselves up. Lots of talk on the sideline, a few cheers. Got a strong offensive line here. Josh DeBell with the pull, and he puts it deep into the end zone. Gets it moving early to Sam Francois. Bit of a poachy zone there. Francois pops it over the top to Bocci, and Bocci jacks it deep into the end zone. Too deep, it looks like. He's had about 17 Weet-Bix for breakfast, and that did not give Black a chance at all. You can see all of the WA travelling cheer squad there at the end of the end zone with all of their... They've got their pom-boms and all the supporter gear. They had a chance at catching that one. Just kicked into the second row of the watchers.
Yeah, that throw went into a different area, Corey. That had some serious heat. Right to the airport, right to Avalon Airport. Send it home. But now we got Jacobs with the disc, with a chance here. If they push it all the way, they get the break here. So Evans with the under gets a big throw to DeBell, and DeBell just goes at the ankles there. And then the throw just pops it right up. Evans decides to body, and it's a bit disappointed. No call. Looked like that for a second, but no call. Now Francois with the disc, surveying, gets a big around all the way across. Kanziri back to Francois. And Francois, Evans just tries to stop that next one, but now he needs to find his play. There's a lot of poaching in this end zone.
And Kanziri, he saw Francois there, and Josh DeBell on the mark, knew that he wanted to just push it up the line, got the hand there, and it was a pretty easy hand block in the end. Probably not the best option. Victoria just jacks it. We've got Adrian Lim up against Michael Vernon. He's about 2 foot shorter than him. Probably not the best option. WA on offense again, get it moving early. It's Carpenter to Kanziri. Kanziri back to Carpenter up the line, but there's another pick call. Sorry, it's been a travel call on the first throw by Jackson Bocci. And they're pleading their case. Josh DeBell, he just said, no, it's a travel call. Bocci saying, what are you talking about, mate? Now they're acting it out. WA not happy with this. I think Victoria getting in their heads a little bit. WA want to play a game with lots of contact and a bit of free flowing, and Victoria happy to call every single touch, every single bump, every single contentious call, and it's just putting a little bit of doubt in WA's mind. So it's being called back. It'll be brought in on 0, I believe, at Josh DeBell, and everyone's got to figure out where they were before the throw went up. So Bocci with the disc again. Fakes off Carpenter. Wants Francois up the line. Gets him. Francois into the middle. To Kanziri. Back to Francois. Travel called. Back to Carpenter. Carpenter puts it down the line to Vernon. Vernon does not look comfortable in a handing position, but waits for his dump, puts it back to Bocci, who sends it up the line to Francois. Francois squeezes it up the line to Kovalev's, stuck on the sideline, swings it around back to Carpenter, and Carpenter down the line to Jason Bocci, and that's a score for WA. So it's Galaxy point here. Galaxy point here. Both teams Victoria and WA fighting it out for half here. Very hotly contested game, very tightly contested disc.
So the winner of this point takes half, gets the lead, heading into the second half, and this is pivotal moment of the game. Every point's important. To take the lead into that prolonged break, this will make or break someone's campaign. They've called another, Victoria's called the same offensive line. It's always a strong offensive line. It's the same offensive line every time. They're just looking at the WA line. They've put on some more or less the same defense. They trust their defense will get the break, and they've been repaid. They've gotten at least 3 breaks so far this game. They just need one. They need a couple more. One here would do wonders for them for this game. And they're really milking the clock. We had a stopwatch on that one. That was 80 seconds for a between points. But here we go. Jeremy Hart with a pull. Very high. Got a lot of float, but they might just be tailing towards the end. But it stayed in, and Pereira starts on the sideline. It's a big around all the way to DeBell. DeBell gives it back to Pereira. And then shoots up line, lays out, but just kept a bit low on him the whole way. So Jeremy Hart walking to the disc.
Yeah, Jeremy Hart just directing play here a little bit as he slowly walks to pick up the disc. He's got Podmore as his swing as well. Jeremy Hart just jacks it immediately. A wonderful flick, cross field, and Novacek does the dirty on Jeremy Hart. It just puts down his throw. That was beautiful in the perfect place. There was no pressure on him. No excuses for that drop.
16 has dropped the Galaxy. Now, they're the D line, so they want to get another D here.
Mikey Lau with the disc. Looks like there was a pick called, but Lipari and Ha both saying not a turnover and didn't affect the play because you were more than 3 meters away, I believe. Josh Pereira with the disc and calling the fouls here on Podmore. Podmore just really riding him. He's sitting on his leg almost and chest on chest. You have to have legally 30 centimeters at one disc space away from your player. Otherwise, you can call disc space or a foul if there is any contact. And Josh Pereira happy to oblige. Ash Evans puts it up high. Puts it up high to Pentland, and Pentland just unable to hold on to that one. Jeremy Hart picks it up, gets it moving early to Taylor. Taylor up the line to Ha. Ha bobbles it, and Lipari smacks that down into the ground. Victoria get another chance.
So Lipari just padding his stats there a bit. The disc was already behind Ha's head. Decided to bubble it up again, but that's a touch and that's a D. So Pereira walking up to the disc. He's very confident in this end zone. Gets a big around to Lau. He's looking for that backhand. Sees Pereira. And Pereira shoots a break side to Evans. And that's half.
Yeah, those two, Josh Pereira and Ash Evans, have done that many a time before. Obviously at under 18s for the first time in Lecco. They actually played under 18s in 2013. Then they played 2014 again. Then just last year, they both were on the Goannas squad in London. So that connection has developed over many years playing very high-level ultimate, and it showed just there. Ash Evans cut in the perfect space to allow Pereira just to put it out in front, and they've taken half. So 5 minutes for halftime break here. 10 minutes left on the game clock. This is an important one. So WA are going to be coming out on offense after half. Victoria coming out on defense after half. So they needed to score that one. And really, after all that excitement, It's just trading. It's all about the toss.
Pull your ACLs.
Welcome back, and we're just trying to get out to. There's been a lot of comments from the sideline wanting to see how the wind's going. So you need to go further. You need to go like another 10 meters up. So we're just gotta throw a disc into the middle of the field, and we'll show the way the wind's going. This is he's gone and decided against it. Just move the camera around. Don't break it, Mario. So WA start on offense. And Victoria's just milking the clock almost here. That was a very long 5 minutes. A very long 5 minutes. It might have just felt like a long 5 minutes because it was half time.
Yeah, so Victoria with the pull out of bounds to start. Carpenter. No, it looks like Carpenter with the disc. Bringing it in for the brick. Victoria setting up a poachy man, it looks like. Yeah, a bit of a poachy man here. Jacobs on the mark. Carpenter gets it back. Carpenter squeezes it through the middle. Great little put to Lovell to Francois. Swings it back to Bocci. Bocci swings it all the way around to Taylor. Using the width of the field here, WA. Taylor with a high release over the top to Carpenter. JP nearly gets a turn on it. And Lovell stretching out with one hand to reel that in for the score for WA. They needed that score. They started on offense. They didn't turn it over, and they punched it in. That's what you want from your offensive team.
Strong side from that WA offense. As the saying goes, every point's an important point. Every point is a point. But now it's up to, as long as Victoria keep on holding on offense, they'll win this game.
So, Victoria calling their offensive line. Ash Evans, Josh Pereira, Della, Trung, Lau, Pentland, and DeBell. Up against a WA lineup of Hart, Taylor, Carpenter, Lovell, Francois, Novacek, and Black, I believe. So, two strong lines. Jeremy Hart with the pull. Gets good distance on that and a good hang time. DeBell underneath it. Gets it, sends it to the middle to Pereira. Pereira puts it through the middle of Ash Evans with no one on him. It looked like there was something that happened there because Ash Evans was in acres of space and pick called, but Ash Evans looks like he's going to keep the disc. Kanziri was chasing him, but it didn't affect. So Ash Evans got the disc, puts it out to Trung. Trung looking for a dump, puts it up the line, fakes it up the line, fakes it as a swing, and then jacks it deep into the end zone. WA boys are happy with that. They got the turn, so now they get to come down on offense. Francois wandering slowly towards the disc, giving his boys a little bit of a rest before they have to play a hard offensive point.
And there's the hooter. So that's time. So it's this score +1. So it's game to 10 either way. So this is going to go down to the wire, this one. I'm predicting a 10-9. So Ha with a disc. Gets it up line. And he big fake. Looking for Francois, doesn't get him, but gets the around to Ha. And there's streamers galore. There's 6 underneath this disc.
And a clear foul there. A clear foul there by Jake Taylor. Della was streaming in, and he got 2 hands in the back, pushing Della out of the contest. So it's a pretty blatant foul. There's a few people on the WA team streaming off from the sideline with hands aghast. They weren't obviously watching the play that we were. We've got the replay. Sam Francois pleading the case, saying, I don't think you would have got that. And Della said, mate, look at me. I'm tall. I'm fast. I could have got that easily. So I have a feeling this play is going to be sent back. WA have been playing an interesting, pretty much contesting everything so far today. It has been pretty good spirit. but that was a pretty blatant foul there by WA.
So it's quite a long conversation. They don't have the luxury of looking at that on the live stream, but from this angle, that's 50 meters in every sport.
So we've had a look at the replay. And really it shouldn't be contested. It should be a turnover because that was two hands blatantly in the back of Della for Victoria. So I'm not sure why they sent it back. You can't really contest that at all, but either way, they've decided to send it back, which means that WA still has possession of the disc.
There's a bit of salt there's a bit of salt just scattering the field right now, but hopefully it'll settle down now. So it's been contested. We'll move on. Jeremy Ha with the disc in the middle of the field, around his brick mark. Looking for this bit. There were calls of 100%, so they want to just retain the disc. And first throw, Trung gets it, and Evans just runs straight to it.
And once again, WA playing a little bit of interest. So Ash Evans picks up the disc. Francois comes in, slaps the disc, and gives him a bit of a push. Ash Evans calls a foul, quickly retracts it and puts it to DeBell, and Francois not having any of it. He said, no, you called a foul. That's a stoppage. You got to bring it back. Old teammates here, so a little bit of argy-bargy, but that's what we like to see. Jeremy Haas saw that throw going up and was running before it was even tapped in. Got the turn for WA, and then WA turn it right back. So little bit of impatience here. Both teams under the pump. Victoria look like they've now settled down. They've got time. Josh Pereira walking towards the disc and wants to control it.
Pereira straight away looks at the swing to Pentland. Pentland middle of the field to Pereira and strikes up line. Pereira with a big inside to DeBell. DeBell with the lefty fake. Finds Evans, score with an emphatic spike, 9-8.
Yeah, Victoria running onto the field. They know that point was theirs. There was a few interesting calls, which you'll be able to watch on the replay. We'll queue up. Bit of an odd point there. Lots of calls from both teams. But Victoria, it seems, just managed to decide early that they wanted to slow the disc down. So first one, they picked it up, turn it over. Then WA picks it up, quickly turns it over. And then the old hand of Josh Pereira, he said, shut up, everyone, get away from the disc, this is mine. He slowly walked up, told everyone to get into a stack, and then got the swing, pumped it into the end zone. So Victoria with a big advantage here, 9-10, 9-8, game to 10. And WA on offense.
So WA putting on their big players. They got Ha, they got Bocci, Francois, Vernon, Taylor, Carpenter. I'm trying to find that last number. Kanziri is the call from Callum, so we're going to go with Kanziri. It's a very strong offense. That's probably the power line that WA has. Bo Silent trying to fire the 7 on the line up. They've got the clap. They've got the heads of state clap even going. Trying to lock in on this point. Hands up. And Pereira with a massive pull. Francois picks up. Gets Ha. Ha to Talon, just drops it, just in and out of the hands.
Yeah, very unfortunate drop there by Taylor. WA got it moving really nicely, and looked like if Taylor took that, they might have been through the cup there, but unfortunate cold drop. Victoria walked to the disc, told everyone to settle down, but then Jacobs just turns it over on the first play. So WA got another chance at it. Francois walking towards the disc, looking to calm everyone down and clear it up. He jacks it long. Disc never came in. Landed on the line. You could see the white from the line bouncing up. So the disc is being brought back all the way back to the thrower. Never came in, landed on the line. So unfortunate throw there by Francois. He had other options, decided to go for the jack, and it just didn't come out of his hand correctly. And Victoria now got to practice their end zone play again.
Pereira puts it up, floating. There's 5 in, still floating, but there's too many people on the sideline.
There was 4 WA boys who saw that disc going up. They got into the contest. They all hit each other, but one of them got a hand on the disc, banged it out the back of the end zone, and good D by WA there. Unfortunately, it looks like Sam Francois, nicknamed Dizzy, was underneath all of that pack. They all landed on him. There's been an injury called, so it's a bit of a stoppage, but to have Francois injured and off this point is not great for WA. He's one of their strongest handlers. So it'll be interesting to see who they replace him with. Being that it's 8-9. WA need to win this to continue the game. If Victoria win, they win the game. So Jacobs on the mark and Jackson Bocci walking up with the disc in hand.
Big open side to Ha. Gets the under. Kanziri. Kanziri looking back for Ha. Gets it back. And then he shoots it. Kanziri chasing. Gets horizontal. Very nice bid. Just a bit too far. Started tailing away there.
Yeah, that was interesting because Kanziri had it. He threw a dump to Jeremy Hart and busted deep from the handler position. We've seen that a few times, and it's really hard for the marker to follow them, not expecting your handler to obviously cut deep into the end zone. Unfortunately, he didn't get that. It was a sick layout into the end zone, but just trailing off a little bit, that throw from Jeremy Hart. So WA got a lot of work to do here to try and get that turn. WA do get the break. Victoria just tried to pop it over the top of the cup there, and Kanziri getting up nice and high, redeeming himself from the drop layout before. Jackson Bocci walking towards the disc to pick it up.
Trying to settle everyone down, taking his time. Tapped in is a big cut in by Taylor. None's looking for that up line. Looks for that big around now. Gets Ha, and Ha just pops it into Taylor. So universe point.
Yeah, really good work there by Hart. Caught the disc, takes that one step to establish his pivot as he's moving, and bangs it in. Short throw to Jake Taylor, and it is universe point here in the bronze medal men's under-22 national championships. Victoria against WA. Huge, huge point coming up. Do not go anywhere.
Timeout's being called. So as I said a couple of minutes ago when I predicted a 10-9, now that's the only result that can happen here. You can only be 10-9 from here. I'm not going to pick a team. I'm trying to remain as unbiased as I can. Unlike Callum Howarth. But whilst WA's in a tight huddle here, coaches, everyone's talking, the Victoria apparently Callum's come and said that they shouldn't be able to call a timeout here.
According to TD's rules at the start of the tournament, once time cap is gone, similar to Nationals rules, similar to Worlds rules, neither team is allowed to call a timeout after time cap. So it's interesting that that has happened, but I think both teams are grateful for the timeout. Lets them have a quick chat about the tactics and really rev each other up, saying we need to win this. This is the game. This is what we came here to play. This is what Nationals is about.
Mr. Coach.
So here we go, Universe point.
Shout outs to everyone watching at home. Quickly comment below the YouTube video. Comment with your predictions. Who will win? How many turns do you think there will be in this last point? And how many calls or controversial calls will there be? It is going to be a hotly contested point. Victoria opting to put on their experienced line. They've got Ash Evans, multiple worlds under his belt. Mikey Lau, Div 1 Nats, Josh Pereira, Trung, Adrian Lim, Josh DeBell, and Josh Lipari. WA putting an equally strong lineup here. Dizzy or San Francois come off the bench after that contact in the last point. Forced himself onto the field. They've got Vernon, they've got Taylor, they've got Carpenter, Kanziri, and Jackson Bocci on the line. So we're out of our seats here in the commentary box.
We're off our feet. This is the most exciting frisbee we've seen all hour. This is brilliant. A universe point. Power line on offense, power line on defense. Pull goes out. And probably the best pull. We say it, they're getting better and better. Best pull all tournament. Not many players have played this level, but here we go. Evans to Trung. Trung on that sideline now. Needs to get it off this side. Trung he's stuck there. And deep.
Yeah, Trung had a swing there, but the mark did a fantastic effort just to jump around just as he was looking to throw that swing. Probably should have thrown a quick fake and then put the swing out or a high release backhand around, but instead turned around, opted to throw it to Ash Evans, who probably wasn't ready for it. And WA got a massive turn there. Dizzy walking towards the disc to pick it up. He's got Jackson back as his other handler, and I have a feeling he's going to use him. So looking for the swing here. Throws it down the line to Kanziri. Kanziri to Francois. Back to Bocci. Travel called by Pereira. And I've seen him call that 1,000 times on Francois before. He does like to run and gun. And Josh Pereira, a little bit of banter. I'm assuming they'll go up after the game and have a beer together. But, yeah, very close game. So it's tapped back in. Francois. But there has been a violation called because people were running around before the disc was tapped in, so we'll have to start that one again.
It's getting a bit nervy on and off the field. No one wants to get beaten here. No one wants to give up the disc. No one wants to turn it. No one wants to drop it. They'd rather make the call than work, it seems. Got to put in that. This is Lipari almost has the bid. Hart tied on. Looking for Francois. Francois marked very well. Trung also bids, but there's been a call in the middle of the field. Someone's ran straight through Lim.
Yeah, two extremely close bids there, one by Lipari, second one by Trung. Josh Pereira putting a fantastic mark on San Francois as the swing, so Jeremy Hart couldn't get it to him. And just in the middle of the field, it looks like there's a little bit of contact, and Adrian Lim just bouncing off Jackson there. So another stoppage. WA pick it up. Jake Taylor with the disc. He's got to hold on to that disc and use it. Looking for Francois. Pops it over the top, and Ash Evans saw that going. Ash Evans with the run through D there. He poached off his man. Josh Pereira picking up the disc for Victoria. And a foul called immediately. Sam Francois a little bit too ambitious there, a little bit adrenaline pumping through him, and he's just bumped Josh Pereira a little bit. So coming back in on 0, it's an uncontested foul.
Pereira now, calm as you like, with disc in hand, knows what he wants, and gets fouled again. Second foul call. Francois saying he didn't foul him, but he's moving, so it's a foul.
Yeah, Josh DeBell did really good there to fake out Vernon. Vernon ran all the way up the line. Josh DeBell standing there still, but Pereira just couldn't get it to him. And Francois looks like he's going to contest this one. Pereira will do, yeah, he's contested it. So it'll be coming in on 4 or 5, it looks like. Josh Pereira's got to do something here. And he just jacks it down the line. Unfortunately, Ash Evans and Trung, who were there, weren't looking at it. They just went deep to clear. WA get the disc again. Ha throws it down to Bocci. Bocci to Francois. Got it in the middle of the field. And there's a call. There's been a call about 2 throws ago. It was when Bocci still had the disc. Josh DeBell called a pick, and everyone kept moving. They're going to say it didn't affect the throw, so it's going to Francois anyway, and being brought in on 0.
Another great defensive stop by WA. Gives them a second chance here to get the break for the win. We've got the big 3 behind the disc. Francois, Bocci, Ha. They're just working as much. Lim, Pereira, Lipari on those 3. Looking for the bigger round. Taylor gets the disc. Evans tight on him. Bocci to Ha. Ha just wraps it around. Fakes a scuba to Francois. To Vernon. Vernon 5 meters out from the end zone here. Looking dumb, looking for Francois. Throws and Deed again.
And it was just an amazing mark there. Josh Pereira on Sam Francois. Vernon was looking for him for about 6 seconds, and he just couldn't get open. Finally, throws it up the line, and Ash Evans was just poaching in the lane. So Victoria get it back. Josh Pereira with a massive break throw to Trung, but there's a call. Again, very cally. We said this before the point started. We said there was going to be lots of turns. We said there was going to be lots of contentious calls. So another call here. Josh Pereira gets the disc. And we can hear just behind us, New South Wales v Queenslander, also on Universe Point. So 2 very hotly contested matches, 1 for gold and 1 for bronze. Josh Pereira call the timeout in the play. He picks up the disc, calls a timeout. So very interesting game here. Lots of timeouts being called after the time cap, so maybe the TD will have to get a ruling on that, because he did say traditional national championship rules, no timeouts after time cap. But who cares? It's exciting. That's what we want to see. And we were just watching Queensland. You're going to have to watch the stream that we're putting up as well. Queensland v New South Wales. One of the best games that we've been watching all tournament. Both these final games have been fantastic. Queensland, I won't give away what happened, but it was Universe Point between Queensland and New South Wales. Very hotly contested match. And there was some amazing grabs on that game. So after this Victoria WA game is finished, jump on the YouTube channel, have a look at the other final, the men's final, because it will not disappoint. Both teams coming out of the huddle now. Victoria just quickly going through talking to some of the younger boys saying, listen, we need to not turn this one over. If we turn this one over, it is the game. So they're just trying to go out into their positions now. WA ready for them. Kylo on the field, just going to direct the WA boys as to where to stand on defense.
It'll be very difficult to turn the disc over 3 times and hold the defense from scoring 3 times. So this is the chance for them. They've called the timeout. They've reset. They're coming out of a horror now, giving themselves more space under and deep. This is very exciting.
My brain almost can't even think of the words to say. I'm so excited right now. So pumped up. The adrenaline is running. I don't know who's going to win. I can't predict it at the moment. Both teams are equally matched. Josh Pereira's got the disc. Looks like they're setting up in a horizontal stack. That'll isolate their shorter players like Josh Lipari, Adrian Lim in the middle a little bit more. And WA look like they're just playing hard man defense. They've been doing it well all game. We'll see if they can hold it off.
Let's go, WA! Yeah, boys!
Disc coming in now. Pereira with disc. Big under to Evans. Evans gives him a shimmy, gives him a second shimmy. Now looks for his dump. Finds Pereira up line. Pereira swings it back to Lau. Lau decides to look away from the disc, but gets it anyway. DeBell to Pereira. And just looks away for a second.
Yeah, throws it up the line to DeBell, a leading pass, but Jeremy Ha, the experienced head, he was ready for that. He saw the disc go up in the air and thought, game on. Runs down, gets a huge D in one of the most important moments in Frisbee, so gives his team a chance. Jackson brings it in, throws it to Sam Francois, and Sam Francois sets it up. He's got Vernon and Taylor streaming deep, and Taylor gets the goal! Taylor stands up when he needs. WA win, 10-9, Universe point. What a game. What a play by Jeremy Ha, and a great put up there by Jackson Bocci.
Great game, great last point there. Taylor maybe threw away and dropped a bit, but he caught the one that mattered. He's caught them the bronze medal there. And that's what we want to see. That's great ultimate. And a great game. 10-9 WA.
If every final from this Under-22s National Championship is as good as that one, settle in for an awesome afternoon of watching Ultimate Frisbee. We've got the mixed final up next, and then the women's. We're going to be streaming both the bronze medal and the gold medal matches for both of them, starting in about 10 minutes on this field. So tune in then. Congratulations to WA on a fantastic game. Commiserations to Victoria. I'm going to be watching that when I get home. We'll see you for the next game.